I know another ball in near post. Lozano is there. 2 goals from 2 corners.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Shakhtar, where in today's episode we are playing our first games back in the Champions League. The first Champions League game since the final, which we unfortunately lost last year, and this year we're trying to get back there. Our transfer window is closed. I'll get into that shortly. But we've got 2 games today. One against Chelsea, who you will remember we beat in the last league phase, at home. And then we have a second game at home as well against Roma. 2 really, really good games that we have coming up. And hopefully we can start off with 6 points. If we take a look at the games we have been drawn, we have finally got a decent set of games. A really, really good set of games. So we've drawn Chelsea, Roma, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Ajax, Man United, Inter Milan, Dinamo Zagreb and Besiktas as well. I think that's a really good set of teams that we've drawn there. You know, I think we can get. I mean, obviously we'll drop some points. I think we can get the 18 points definitely. I don't know where from. I think we just have to take game by game. Obviously we've got this Chelsea game first. We'll have to see how it goes. But I'm quite confident with those set of games in terms of our transfer window, how it's gone. It's been recovered to a bit of a better position, not the best position. That's why I say we need 2 seasons at this rate. But we've gone and made some signings. Some players have left us. If we go and take a look at the transfer history, players who have left us, where were we? So Julio Ochoa has in fact left us now. He's gone over to Barcelona, which is a good move for him. Gutted that we lose him. Really, I would have loved to have kept him. We got 66 million for him, which is a big, it's a lot less than we could have got, but I just think we needed to let him go at this point. We cash in on him, and we got a good move for him, good move for all parties, and he goes out. And Monzon as well has left us. He's gone over to Chelsea, as you can see here, playing against him today for a fee of around 35 million. So we actually got quite a lot for him. So for them 2 boys, 100 million combined. Players who we've brought in Marcel as a centre back on loan from Atletico Madrid. He's a 22-year-old Spanish international. I've been looking at this player for quite a while. Since January I've been looking at him. Really tall, typical defender. He's not the most technically gifted, but in terms of his mental and physicals, really, really good player who we brought in on loan there. And also 2 other players, the domestic signings, Ildar Yershov, we brought him in. He's a left back option. He just gives us a bit of cover on that side for Camindo, comes in from Metalist there, as you can see. And also we brought in Dimitro Khrakov, as you can see here, a right back option for us. Quite an expensive fee of 8 million we've paid for him, but I think he's a decent option at right back, can play centre back as well, and it makes sense to bring in those players like that. Now, the only problem we have found ourselves in is if I go and if we go and take a look at a specific player I was trying to sign. We were trying to bring in our friend here. I'm not sure how to say the name in the Polish name, Mateusz Cole, what? Wait, no, I'm not even going to do it. I've had it before. Like, for example, we had Berenechea. Is he? What's happened with him now? Is he retired? Is he retired, or is he still playing? Let's have a look. And the Berenechea he's not here. I don't know why he's not here. But former El Sociedad player. We were trying to bring in our Polish friend here, as you can see. Very, very capable player. He wanted a massive wage, 300,000 per week he wanted, and we went in for him. We were happy to pay it. 55 million I think we offered. Very, very good deal. And Porto asked for a replacement player to sign first. They couldn't find it, and we couldn't bring him in. That is very problematic for us, because we basically don't have a replacement midfielder. Now, if I take a look at how the team's going to set up today, obviously we've had our domestic games. If we take a look at how we're going to set up here, this is the exact team we're going to play. Lebedev is going to have to put in he's going to have to put in a shift in the Champions League games. He's basically got the whole league phase up until January to play. He's going to have to play all 8 games for us, which isn't really a problem. It's not too annoying. The thing that annoys me the most is the fact that we have to move Lozano up. He is very capable of playing there, but I want him in his natural role. The team on the pitch is not too bad. The bench has recovered a little bit. We've got obviously some players from the academy who are here, like Puchkov, who you might know from before. He was in a team that played when we played a fully rotated team. We played against Zoya a few seasons ago, and he's an 18-year-old player from our academy. He got 2 goals in 2 games in the Champions League. Very good player. Kozhvinikov as well is there, defender, 17 years old. We've got Yershov who's there now, Khrakov who's there, and then obviously Kuzmanik, Rudenko, Rysakov and Harvey. We strengthened the defense with Rakov and Yershov, which is good. At least we've got good rotation options. But Lebedev is supposed to be one of them, and the fact we couldn't bring in our Polish friend is a bit problematic. Now, the other player I was trying to bring in, I've been trying to bring this guy in for like, I don't even know how long. It must be like 2 seasons now. As you can see here, Vladislav Semenov. He's a player for Southampton who actually won the Conference League a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. They did win the Conference League. Yeah, as you can see there, he was a part of the team that did win that, and he's just signed a new contract. He's literally just re-signed, and I couldn't bring him in. He didn't want to come. I think he's a really good overall player, as you can see, for the price we pay. A Ukrainian as well. Didn't want any of it. We couldn't bring him in. We'll have to try again maybe in January to see if he'll come, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We on the pitch a very good team. The bench is still good, but as I say, I think we still need 2 years to overall make that team just secure some of the places in terms of depth and on the pitch as well. But overall, I think we have a decent team. The problems here, the dynamics are bad because all are these all? Yeah, I'd all consider these Galacticos is Zeldin Rust. I think they all are Galacticos now at this point. You'll understand if you know about the Galacticos how I reference. They're basically the big names who we brought in. Lozano, Cortazar, definitely the part of the Galacticos. Lind was a big potential player. I would consider him a part of them now. We've got Zeldin Rust, who definitely was as the next gen winner, and Jean, who is on the fence, but I would consider him maybe. So you can see there, we're getting there. We are getting there. We're bouncing back. We're building this team back up to becoming a Champions League winning team. And that all starts today in this first game against Chelsea. So the team for this game against Chelsea starts with McGonnell in goal. We've got a backline of Cambindo, Marcel, Lebedev and Cortazar. Lozano and Lind in the middle. We've got Rodrigo on the left, Jean on the right, and Zeldin Rust and Shevchenko up top. As the teams walk out here in the Donbass arena, we are coming up against a lot of our former players. We've got Amara Watara, who's still here at Chelsea, who he just dropped out the team today. They never want to play him in the Champions League. Rodolfo, who is in this team, is he starting? Yeah, he's at centre back. Let me just go and change this quickly so we don't concede an early goal. Rodolfo is there at centre back. He has developed into a great player. If there's a type of player I could sign right now, it'd probably be him. And we've also got obviously Monzon, who's just gone there. He's not in the team today, but he returns straight after leaving. I bet he's not happy to see this place again, but what can you do really? There's another chance near post. Cortazar is there, and of course he scores at the near post. It's becoming a bit of a pattern really. Every single game he's scoring with those headers. He's become, there's always a different player who is scoring those headers at the near post, and it's this time it's Cortazar. We've had Alex who used to score them. We had Lozano used to score them quite a lot, and now Cortazar is scoring them. So fair enough. If it scores us goals, it gets us goals, then we can't complain. There might be another one here. Zeldin Rust into the near post. Lozano is there. Cambindo is there. It's gone over. How unlucky is that? We are absolutely incredible on those corners, but unfortunately we're not able to convert second time around. But it's a good start from us. Now we need to do a bit of defending from this corner here. We need to settle in. This is the first time this team has played together, because we've had only league games, and the registration, the rules, all the domestic rules and stuff like that means we can't play this team together. But yeah, this is the first time they play. They need to settle in. They've had games a lot of games, league games, and I think we can get a win here with this team. We've got a very, very capable team, but we need to go and perform, go and show why we last season wasn't just a bit of a fluke, and why we weren't meant to, but we should have won that Champions League final. Another ball in near post. Lozano is there. 2 goals from 2 corners. Cortazar and Lozano to make it 2-1 here against Chelsea. You know what? If this is how we win the Champions League, then this is how we win the Champions League. We lead 2-1 here against Chelsea. You got to remember, Chelsea, one of the best teams. We crossed paths with them last year and beat them at Stamford Bridge when they were at 10 men. We only missed out on them because Arsenal dropped a generational display at the Emirates, but they beat Arsenal, obviously, who won the Champions League 3-1 in the first leg, and now they lost 4-0, so they had a bit of a collapse, but I guess it happens every now and again. I guess you could say we collapsed in the final, considering we were leading, but we were close. We were very, very close, but what can you do? It's all part of the experience and getting there and winning that Champions League. You will have seen the thumbnail yesterday, and I actually referenced in yesterday's video about Carlo Ancelotti, obviously 3-0 up at half-time against Liverpool with his AC Milan team. They went on to lose. But he said, for 110 minutes they played well. But for 10 minutes they switched off, lost on penalties. He can't be too disappointed with that on reflection. Then he went and won it in 2007. It was, we played well for, I think we played a balanced game. We played very well for the 15 minutes that we scored those 3 goals. But Arsenal got it in the end. We might have led in that game, but we were also behind. It's very annoying because I think the most annoying thing is the fact that we put in such good performances against such good teams when it came to Arsenal. Shevchenko's in behind here, 3-1 here against Chelsea. We're going to repeat the same scoreline if this goal does stand. I don't know why it wouldn't. It looked like he timed his run very, very well. The decision is going to be goal disallowed. How is it disallowed? It looked like he timed it very, very well. I guess not. We're going to look to make a few changes here shortly. But the thing is, it was annoying because we beat Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, and then I'm not saying Arsenal are a bad team, but it felt like we were unstoppable. And we weren't. We learned that we weren't. But I guess that's it's a part of the process. We have to embrace it, and we have to go on into these upcoming games that we have, the upcoming seasons. Whether it's this season, next season, or the season after. If it's not in the next 3 seasons, I would be a bit concerned. But it will come. It's all about having that patience. It was never going to be easy, was it? It was never going to be easy, but I think, to be honest, so far it's gone very, very smooth sailing. It's just a shame we couldn't get over the line, and we're now on the channel. We are 0-2 in Champions League finals. So the next few, it would be nice to get a few wins so we could balance that record out. We are 1-2 in European finals because we won the Conference League final. So not bad. Cambendo's in there into Kuzminik at the near post, and he loses out, and now Chelsea might have a bit of a break on here. It's one of their front strikers now takes it down this right side, and the young lad, the 17-year-old Kozhvinikov, wins that ball back for us, goes back to McGonnell, who has not had much to do really. We haven't seen much from him. We spent a lot of money on him, but he hasn't had to do too much. He's come from Burnley. This is his first I assume it's his first European game, considering he played for Burnley, but he's come to us now. Might be put into action here. No, he isn't, because Lebedev at the near post doing his duties. It's a tough role for him to come into, really. He's got a lot of responsibility. There's a chance here on the break. What a ball that is. Jean, back post into Rodrigo, who cuts in. Rodrigo with the shot. Say hello to our new left winger. It's Rodrigo with the goal. Forget Monzon. He's watching on the bench. He is watching our new signing in Rodrigo. We've had a Rodrigo at Shakhtar already, but say hello to the Rodrigo with an I in his name and he's got an eye for the goal to make it 3-1 here against Chelsea. Very, very convincing display we've put in here, and now we just need to go out and see this game. We've got quite a tired team today, because we have played, we played like 3 days ago or 2 days ago in the league. We are 7 out of 7 so far in the league, which is always good, but I guess that's not our focus, considering we have lost like 5 games in the last 5 years. I guess we're all right in the league. We're all right in the league. Let's just put it that way. But here, very convincing display against a very, very good team. You know, the team who's been set out today, and particularly I want to talk about. I was mentioning about Lebedev before we went on that chance, but I might not even have to, because Manika's in here to make it 4-1, and why is he dinked the keeper from there? I don't know what goes through his head sometimes, because he is like, he's like a streets won't forget play. He just does some of the most random things. You'll remember when he passed that ball backwards and then we scored that goal. I don't remember when it was, but he was through on goal. He literally passed the ball backwards when we were through on goal, and then we scored from it because we went forward from the centre back. We went forward and scored. I don't really know. I don't know. There's 5 minutes left in this game here. We wouldn't want to collapse so late on. We need to just secure this result and pick up what would be a big 3 points against arguably our toughest opponents in this league phase. Lebedev, you know, big responsibility. He's taken over from Souza, who was a decent overall player for us. There's a chance here into Puchkov with the shot. Rysykov is there. He's done it. It has crept in to make it 4-2 here. What a game it's been. Proper first game back into the Champions League against Chelsea, and I'm very, very happy with this performance. Let's just put it that way. Very, very happy. Now this needs to continue. I don't think the stats do as much credit. I'll talk about Lebedev in the next game. I'm sure he'll have a big job there. There's a final chance here for Chelsea. We don't want to concede another one, do we? Maybe we do. The ball's floating around and it does go in. 4-3 here. In this game, similar to the Real Madrid game where we went 4-2 up, conceded a late goal, but at the end of the day, in the league phase, to make that top 8 we need points, and we are going to pick up our first 3 points here. What a game it is. It's the same scoreline as the Champions League final. Don't remind me about 4-3, honestly. So the team for this game against Roma, the chance to pick up, go 6 out of 6 in our first 2 games, which would be really massive for us. I don't know if we've ever done that, but it would be very good. It starts with McGonigal in goal, backline of Camindo, Lozano, Marcel and Cortazar. Puchkov is going to go into the midfield. He is in some good form at the moment, so I'm willing to let him go there alongside Lind, Rodrigo and Jean on the wings. We've got Zeldin, Rust and Shevchenko up top. As the teams walk out here, our second game in the DONBAS arena today. We took advantage of that fact against Chelsea just now, but we've seen what we can do in the biggest stadiums in Europe. You saw what we did against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. You saw what we did at the Santiago Bernabeu against Real Madrid. I don't think it bothers us where we are anymore. It definitely is a factor, but if we continue to play like that away from home, then we should fear no team really. At the same time, we need to take advantage of at home. I think we actually did better last year away from home than we did at home. We in the 3 knockout games we had, I won't count the playoff, but those 3 knockout games we lost to Man City. But then we had a 4. What was it? We played Barcelona first. We lost 2-1 at home, but then we won 2-0 away. And then we just about won 4-3 at home, and then we won 2-0 away. So very unconvincing at home. We obviously beat Man City 4-0 at home, but apart from that, very unconvincing. But then when we went away, 2 massive wins, 2 massive 2-0 wins for us. Not obviously a big goal tally, but massive on a bigger level for us. And it was very, very good. And we're taking advantage of our home advantage here with a goal from Lind on the edge of the area. Now I've given the nod to Puchkov today, but he might even get the first half, maybe just the first half or 60 minutes. He's had lots and lots of minutes, lots of exposure to the first team, and no one can say now that I don't develop Ukrainian players, because I probably develop some of the best Ukrainian players. I give lots of minutes to them. Even with all those regulations, I give a lot to some of the best talents in Ukraine. A lot of the players like Rudenko, for example, he has got Ukrainian caps now. He's got a lot of them. They've developed players like that and will continue to do so under my management. So there's no reason that anyone can complain about that. But I've given Puchkov the nod. He is going to probably come off now because he's been in good form, and I think it just makes sense to play natural roles. It means Lozano can go back and he's having a good game in his more natural role. I think Lebedev has a massive responsibility stepping into the position of Sousa, who was a decent player for us, obviously moved on now. But he was a good player. He came in as a free agent. We didn't pay a penny for him, and he was an overall decent option. But he's pairing Lozano, who's one of the best centre backs in the world, and they both have to work together. Lebedev has been part of that team who won the Conference League final. He was there. He played the final. He's got European experience. 30 years of age. He went to Sporting. Before he was that's where we bought him from Sporting, and he is a big player. Cambindo into Zaldenrust. How unlucky is that to not convert that so close? I think he can do well there. He's a decent, reliable option. We know how good he is. He's a really good, quite tall but also quite technical centre back. That's probably the way I'd describe him. So, it's only for the league phase, and I think we have clearly some easier games, and I think it can definitely benefit us. But we've played a good opening day here. If we come away with 6 points, then we cannot complain at all. The final few moments of this game here is going to wrap up in a second. We're going to make some final changes. Zaldan Rostov had a bit of an injury in the week, but we'll go and change him now, just so there's no cause for concern in terms of picking up any other injuries. We don't have much depth. This is where the real problem is in some key areas like right back. We obviously had our new right back who's come in, but we can't register him. That's a really annoying thing about the Champions League. You cannot register players like after a certain period. Like in the league you can register at any time, but in the Champions League you cannot do it. Very, very annoying. But Kuzmanik, the inevitable, scores here in this game to wrap up what has been a very, very good opening day for us. 6 points, we're into that top 8, but the top 8 I've seen has got it's a return of some very, very big teams in there. RB Leipzig, Man City, Real Sociedad, Liverpool, Barcelona, and then obviously us. Is going to be an interesting season. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.